Hey everyone, how are you guys doing? So, like you guys know, recently we have released a new track called the Leopard Song, right? And we've been promoting it, and I wanted to put out a short word about the song, the release, and how the creation has happened, how the song has come together. So, this song was written by Kenneth Robinson in 1987. Okay, it's not a song that has been made right now. It is a production of 87. Nearly 4 decades ago the song was written. It was produced for a different show, a different series, but it did not get released at that time. It got shelved. And I can understand when songs projects get shelved for like 5 years, 7 years, even 10 years. I can understand that. Even I've done that myself. But a project, a song getting shelved for 37 years, nearly 4 decades, that is kind of rare. That's kind of very rare, which I was not even aware of. Now, you guys know I don't believe in coincidences, which is why I strongly feel that the song was written for me. I don't know what Kenneth will say about it. Of course, he'll have his own opinions, but what I genuinely feel from my heart is that it was written for me. It was written during my birth, around that time, and it sort of had to wait till I came of age, and then it got released in my voice. I really feel like it's a universal alignment. When finally the time came for it to be heard by the world, then we all came together, we completed the project and finally released it. Because we are all in different parts of the world. Kenneth is in Atlanta in US, Helmet is in Germany, I'm in India. Alright, we are in different parts of the world, but we still came together for it to get ready. When I first heard the track, I was like, man, it sounds so vintage. How did they get this sound? It sounds so so catchy. It's like very raunchy. And I was thinking, okay, Kenneth is a very good producer, so maybe he got that sound right. But then only later on, when we discussed about the dates of release and other things, when we were having more in-depth discussions, that's when we found out that, man, this actually is not from now. The song is literally from another time. And how often does that happen? How rare is that? I was like, man, is that even possible? And a lot of people will look at these things as small things, but for me, they're never small. They're always alignments, which is why I wanted to put this word across to make you understand how special the song is. Imagine a product waiting for 4 decades to come out. Imagine the feeling of the producer, the person who has created it back in 87, and now finally he is getting to see it come out. Now finally he's able to release it. Imagine the joy, the happiness in the producer's heart. We didn't even want to change the name, we didn't even want to change anything about it, change the lyrics, nothing. However it was written, with whatever context it was written, it's from the perspective of a man singing about women, about a certain girl maybe. But we didn't want to change nothing, because we didn't want to take away the originality of that time, of that story. I mean, I have worked on other pop songs, other vintage sounding songs. We've released an entire album of synth pop music 2 years ago in 2022, right? But that was completely different, because it was still a production of right now, where we were trying to sound like the 80s, trying to sound vintage, but the production was still very new, very 2020s, right? Which is why it still sounded modern, very contemporary yet. It is a privilege for me. I've never had the opportunity to sing for a song from another time, which is for real another time, to record for something like that. It feels kind of unusual and very surreal for me, this whole experience. Maybe you guys have come across something like that, such rad stuff, but I haven't. It's like one of those, again, very, very enchanting moments, very, very magical moments. And I'm so grateful, so happy to, I feel very privileged to be, again, part of another very, very magical moment right now. It's like a very surreal thing. It's like a crazy experience. Like, sometimes people only survive for 35, 37, 40 years. It's like an entire lifetime, right? It's like that old a song. The song already has a lifetime of its own. It's kind of a big deal, at least for me and the producers. And for whoever hears it right now, it's a very, very special song, guys. It's a 37-year-old song. It's called the Leopard Song, guys. Go check it out if you haven't.